Hey traders, happy Monday morning to everyone. All right, welcome to we renamed it. So last week, if you recall, I said, hey, we need a better name than the date. So rather than the November 23 show, pre-market show, I think I asked some of you, hey, what do you think? And Raghee and coffee came up a lot. Raghee, coffee, and charts. I probably had about 40 or 50 of you either text or email me and said, yeah, some of the charts or in the morning, coffee, Raghee. I'm like, all right, Raghee and coffee. Well, they both have double E's. That works. And you guys knew I do love my coffee. Got a little bit of, this is actually some Jamaican that I actually ground up and brewed today. So that's it. Charts and coffee with Raghee. So welcome to our newly named show. Thank you for those of you that emailed and texted me. That was pretty fun. It's always interesting to find out what people would like. So there you go. So good to see everybody. We have a holiday affected week coming up. Simpler chat rooms are going to be closed on Thursday, of course. I haven't quite decided if I'll do a show on Thursday, but I think I will. Why not? I mean, I'm having Thanksgiving dinner at 9 in the morning, and we do Thanksgiving lunch anyways. So I'll probably have a show on Thursday morning. On Friday in the Simpler Trading chat room, we're going to have a half day. I won't be trading really actively Thursday or Friday. Maybe some day trading, maybe some nimble day trading. But what I thought I'd do on Thursday and Friday is take a lot of Q&A, right? I'm not really prepping for any active trading. So I thought for those of you that have been curious about, what indicators are on my chart, where do I broadcast my options trades? Where do I broadcast my day trades? What time of day am I doing either? Those kinds of things. Just kind of my favorite color, whatever. We'll do that on Thursday and Friday. All right, so let's get to it. We do have some, today and tomorrow, maybe even the first half of Wednesday, I will look for some opportunities. What I'm really focused on today and tomorrow, putting it in the journal today is really my number one task. My number one trading related task today is just getting my watch list tightened up from last week, which means I'm going to dive right back into these charts. And what we want to do is focus on where do we still have, especially now that the markets are really sort of showing a resurgence of the uptrend, a reorganization of the uptrend. Where do we have those double greens? And you're going to notice names like this. This is T-Doc, no knock on T-Doc, no knocks on to the Pelotons of the world, but they enjoyed an abnormal amount of benefit from the work from home transition. And as we slowly transition away from the masses working at home, you're going to notice some of these are going to struggle. Now, some other names, these are the kinds of names that I think I probably get asked about the most in terms of work from home. Yeah, they're going to struggle a little bit, especially as the narrative around vaccines, the narrative about going back to work continues to come back, continues to increase. So, those aren't uptrends anymore, gang. Keep that in mind. Tesla was another one I got a lot of questions about regarding the addition to the S&P 500. There was never a reason to short Tesla, ever. We've talked, I think, in the past about do not short. And this is not to knock the people who love Tesla stock or Teslas. Do not short a fanboy or fangirl stock. Do not short a stock that has a certain cult of personality. Don't do it. History has proven time and time again, logic does not rule these stocks. Even when things seem illogical, logic does not rule these stocks. Don't short it. Okay, I'm telling you right now, don't short these names. There's a lot of haters out there, and I could talk about the fact that credits are still why Tesla was able to make that the profit that was required to make it to the S&P, the credits that they're able to sell to other car companies, which will be an ever receding pool of revenue for them. It may not be now, but it will be. But who cares, right? Right now, this is what we want to deal with right now. Two things to remember, though. You might say, well, Rog, that seems kind of subjective. And it is. I agree. Remember Charles Dow's wise words from over a century ago. Respect the trend that was. That's my Ragheeism of it. A trend isn't broken until it's really broken. Keep following it until it's broken. Well, in all due respect to Charles, what the heck does that mean? That means if a market has gone into chop and the preceding trend was moving higher, okay, the preceding trend was moving higher. We have some audio issues. Nope, sound should be fine. Yeah, sound should be good. All right, thanks for asking. If the preceding trend was up before the market went into chop, that means you want to focus on oversold buys. You want to focus on support when you're getting into a market. So let's expand Tesla here. Up, 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 chop. Don't short this. A lot of people think in a very binary way, which is if a market's not moving higher, clearly it's moving lower. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Please delete that. Get that out of your process, because it's going to get you into trouble. There's 4 market trends. Tesla went into a distribution market trend, which carries with it the momentum of the trend that preceded it. All right, so let's see here. How do you know if a trend is truly broken? I use the grab candles and the wave, Eric. That's a creation of mine from many moons ago. So rather than use the word broken, which tends to make us think that an uptrend is a downtrend, which very seldom does that transition happen. So the rule of thumb is, the guidelines, if you will, is an uptrend cannot be built on one candle. A downtrend cannot be built on one candle. However, it can be broken with a single candle. So I can break the Tesla uptrend on a single candle on the 8th of September. So if you want to look at where I feel Tesla's uptrend was transitioning into chop, which I like that way of thinking about trend behavior, rather than saying it broke the uptrend. It transitioned into chop specifically on September 8th. All right, if you want to take a look at how that looks on your chart. But I use the grab candles, gang. These are free tools that I've made available for, gosh, at this point, well over 20 years. And it's a color-coded candle system that uses the foundation of Japanese candlesticks. If you haven't noticed, I'm pretty nearsighted. Candlesticks put a much better footprint on the screen than Western bar chart. Oh, you can do this to a Western bar chart too. And what it does, it color codes the candle according to where it is in relation to the 34 EMA high and the 34 EMA low. And so I've got a better idea of bullishness, neutral, and bearishness according to those GRAB, G-R-A-B, which stands for green, red, and blue. You know, no one tells new traders that if you're going to start creating indicators, most of the indicators on my screen are of my creation, that you're supposed to name them after yourself. But anyway, those are grab candles, G-R-A-B. All right, so good morning, good morning. Rise and grind, I like that because it actually works really well with our coffee, our coffee theme. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's see. How do you know? So yeah, grab candles for when a trend is truly broken. By the way, you know, yes, we can dive into the economic calendar, gang. I would highly recommend it, but please don't start to ramp up your trading. What I'll be doing today, tomorrow, and Wednesday is almost purely day trading. So let's take a look at it, whether or not we have gap psychology at play today, and also what kind of psychology we're going to have at work here in terms of potential morning setups. Of course, my day trading is only a morning activity. All right. Can we find grab on toss? Hawks fan? No, I'm still waiting for Thinkorswim or Schwab or whatever to get with the program. We've submitted it so that when you guys open up the platform, you'll be able to do it. So, but right now, no. Where can you get that from? Oh, you know what? Go to, hang on, you know what? My partner here set up a URL for you all not that long ago. So let me give that to you. So if you go to, that's it. Check that out. Let me know before the show's done. If you go there, there is a PDF that should open up right away. It's just a PDF that opens up right away. Actually, let's see here. Let's grab this. Okay. No, it should be Raghee's Ultimate Toolkit or something like that. I'll find a URL for you guys, but I'll be able to get you guys a link. I think it's that. I'll double check, but clearly it's not. Let's see, Raghee's Ultimate Toolkit. Try it with no www. There you go. Try it with no www, and that'll take you there. So ditch the W's. Boom. Okay. Yeah, ditch the W's. Now, this is going to give you a really good walkthrough of what my tools do, what they are, all that kind of stuff. So you get a good walkthrough of what they are at the very bottom of the dock, the very end of the dock. Once you understand what Darvis and propulsion and wave and grab are and how I use them, boom, at the bottom, trade station, thinkorswim, and some installation information. So if you just want the installation information, go to no www, Raghee's Ultimate Toolkit.com, and then just scroll to the bottom. All right. Eventually we'll turn this into a site or something, but for now, this takes care of it. No problem. And so there you go. All right. Raghee's Ultimate Toolkit.com. All right. So do I have gap psychology today? Could there be a fade on the open? Let's go take a look, and you'll see we are above Friday's close as we open up here on Monday, but we are not above Friday's high. Unless I can meet both those criteria in the next 17 minutes, highly unlikely, unless I can meet both those criteria, no gap psychology on the S&P, which are also known sometimes as the SPOOs. So I know, silly name, but there is a history to that. There's an etymology to that. Inside day so far, NQ trading above Friday's close, but not above Friday's high. So again, no gap psychology. Both those criteria have to be met. Dow was for a short while meeting that criteria, but at the open, very likely will not. And then finally, the Russell. Russell has gap psychology. So on my journal, on my notes for today, which I use a program called Workflowy most often for that, I'll write down gap psychology for the Russell. And what that's going to mean, by the way, is that as we open in the first few minutes of the open, I'll be looking for some patterns and ranges to form to give us potentially a gap fade. So on the open, not for the morning, but on the open, I'll be thinking about a potential short only on the Russell. Okay, that's gap psychology. That's how that works. How do you find outperformers on sector SPDR? Sure. So we just did a class, by the way, about 3 weeks ago now. And one of the tools that we used is a site called, it's a free site, sectorspdr.com. Very cool site. Love this site. And what you want to do is take a look. You can do this on Finbiz as well, finbiz.com. And what you'll do is you'll go to tools and just look at the sector tracker. And then as the morning develops in the first 20 to 30 minutes, you'll look at who's leading, lagging, and then I'll usually click on any one of these individual groups, whether that's the S&P, whether that's tech, and then you can align. You can see what type of index weighting they have. Remember, most of these, not all of these, but most of these are high concentration weighted ETFs, meaning the index weight of a very small number of names makes up an inordinate amount of the weighting of the index, of the sector. S&P, NASDAQ, and Dow are all high weight concentration weighted sectors, by the way. So you can do that on the open. Okay. So very cool site. And yes, Seth, yeah, I've used the app a few times, and the app is cool too. My phone is usually, usually my phone is going to be busy with my platform on it. So if there's anything that I've got on my phone, it's going to be my TOS platform, my TradeStation platform, because I think a lot of people are surprised. I actually put a lot of my trades, not the day trades, but my options trades, I'll punch them in on my phone. So, but yeah, there's a very cool app, Seth. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Okay, next up is, let me grab a few more questions here. And again, thank you so much for joining us. This is our inaugural Charts and Coffee with Raghee. It's the same free market show. We just have a better name. A name much more suited for t-shirts. You know what I mean? Okay. Grab candles showed up in Tastyworks. Yeah, so Tastyworks does have Grab. TradeStation does have Grab built into the platform. So kudos and big thanks to the folks at Tasty and TradeStation and TradingView. We do have Grab candles and a lot of my free tools on those three platforms. Just waiting for TOS to just get with the program and get those indicators on there for you guys. So then next up is let's see. Let me grab a few questions before we wrap it up. Back on over here. So I'll be looking for a fade. A few other things. Yes, I am long gold. I am long bonds. And I'll be patient with these. I have options on both of these. So I've got time. I'm not pleased with how long it's taking, but I'm not taking any inordinate amount of heat. So a few folks have asked about those. A few folks have asked, am I long crude? I spent the summer long crude, gang. Crude has gone into chop. And the only thing we can do now is fade it from time to time. We're at the top of the range. We've probably got another 60, 70 cents to play with up here. I would not initiate a long up in here. I got a lot of questions about whether or not to get long crude. And I would not up at this level. Hey, I do want to mention, by the way, gang, if at 5 p.m. today, let me double check my schedule. At 5 p.m. today, we have our Simpler Trading State of the Market at the Simpler Trading Facebook. Well, actually, all the channels that you're on right now, I'll broadcast to that today at 5 o'clock. We have the State of the Market, and I'll talk a little bit about some big picture stuff. Maybe if there's any relevant macro, we'll talk about some currencies and things like that. So you can join me today, an hour after the close, 5 p.m. Eastern, on whatever channel you're on, Facebook, YouTube. They'll be broadcasting to them all. We do this every week at Simpler, and it's called the State of the Market, and I'll be hosting it today at 5. Today at 5. All right. So as far as the VWAP vice grip conversation about the S&P and the Dow, Smook, remember, or if you don't know this, jot this down. Once we go double green, the VWAP issue is a non-starter. Once we go double green on the trade flag labels, once the structure of the 8, 13, 21, 34 EMAs are indicating more movement to the upside, that VWAP issue is a non-starter. So while it's good to be above both, and we could see a little bit more chop, I'm not in any way open to two-way trading in a double green market, because take a look. We've got a double green setup there. And so it's interesting to know that we're below the 10-day rolling. Like I said, could indicate more chop, but wouldn't we sort of have that hypothesis anyways going into a holiday affected, truncated week? And good point, but the VWAP vice grip is not an issue unless the trade flag for the wave is yellow. Once you understand the color coding, I'm a very paint by numbers trader, gang. You'll notice how much I rely on automation of my indicator settings and a lot of color coding, because then green means this, yellow means this, blue means that, these combinations mean that, and you're not subjectively navigating through the market, but you're able to say, look, I know there's a pattern. there's a formula, and I can pretty much do that with this paint by numbers color-coded system with the different trade flags and candles and so forth. All right. When I say fade, asked Janet, what do I mean? So fade is whatever direction the market's heading in. In this case, we get a gap up. I'm actually looking to short just for a short period of time. It's just a quick move that will likely take me through the first maybe 30 to 60 minutes of the morning. Maybe. We'll see. But I will not be buying gaps up like this. Again, a gap for me is a dual confirmation gap. So that's really it. Do I think gold is weak? I just think gold is flat. I wouldn't consider it weak at the moment. I think gold is flat by the way that I measure it. I wouldn't consider it weak. Weak to me or strong to me is a series of higher highs and higher lows, or a series of lower lows and lower highs. Well, the lower lows and lower highs got us to where we are right now, between 1880 and 1850 on the front month of the gold futures contract. Now it's just kind of stuck in a range. So this is an oversold range to me. All right, gang. That is it for me. We run this show, our charts and coffee with Raghee, from 9 to 9:20 every morning. If you want to join me, well, if you got time. If not, it's recorded and you can catch it later on replay. But at 5 p.m. Eastern today, same channels you're on right now, we will be live with the state of the market. Okay, and a lot of the questions that you guys might have about some longer term plays that I see here, yeah, we could definitely cover those then. All right. So again, don't worry about the VWAPs in a double green. I am bullish on gold. I am bullish on crude. I am bullish on bonds, but don't buy crude at the highs. Let's wait for a pullback. A lot of questions on crude. Be patient, gang. We have really 3 trading days this week. So tighten up your watch list. That's what I'll be doing the rest of this morning. I'm heading over to the Simpler Futures room now, see what kind of trades we might have on the open. And for those of you in the options room, I'll see you there at 12:30. And for those of you in our Sector Secrets Mastery, where I do all my options trading on stocks and ETFs and the watch list building that I walk you through here in the morning, we have our live trading tomorrow between 1:30 and 4. So from 1:30 to 4, we'll be live doing our ETF masterclass live trading. And my Sector Secrets folks, of course, I broadcast you guys in for the first 30 minutes of Q&A. So anyone who wants to join us there, I'll see you tomorrow for that. But again, we got plenty of programming between now and then. Thanks as always for joining me. I'm going to go finish my my coffee now. Enjoy the week. Don't overtrade. And I'll see you later on today at 5.